let me go ahead. Let's transition over to this year's draft. I got it. We talked about a little bit earlier. You said you was talking to him on the phone earlier, Mr. Roddy White. No. That man, he cracked me up on Twitter, boy. The way he just be going in on Mel Kiper. Oh my goodness, he be having me dead here. So he told Mel, don't put Zach Wilson in the Falcons jersey no more. And I know you just said you was watching film on him. What would you? I thought it was dumb too. I agree with Roddy. I don't see why the Falcons would necessarily need to trade up to 2. I can see it maybe if the Jets get trade for Deshaun Watson and Houston is there at number 2, then maybe they need to look at that. But overall, I think Zach Wilson's probably a guy they could get at 4. What do you think about Mel Kiper having, the Falcons trade up to number 2 in his latest mock draft with trades? And then just say a little bit about Roddy. Is he always firing off on people like that? He always turning up on people.
Oh yeah. Listen, bro. One thing about Big Bro, man, he gonna speak his mind. Yeah. And that's one thing I always loved about Roddy, right? And when I mentioned earlier about, man, he took up for me in a meeting room, it's because it was one day I was getting blamed for stuff in a meeting room that wasn't even my fault, but I'm young. I couldn't say nothing. Yeah. And Rod took up for me. You're right. Yeah. So I love people that speak their mind. You know me, Dylan. I speak my mind as well.
Oh yeah. Always keep it 100.
I'm always keep it real, and people can respect you for that. And that's why so many people respect Roddy for that. But the Falcons moving up at 2. You got to be careful, right? Yeah. First, I'll start off by saying this, and I was on Keyshawn, J. Will, and Zubin this morning. Yeah. And we had this conversation. You got to be careful at that position. Now, the Falcons right now, they're $15 million over the cap. Yep. Right? So it's going to be hard for them to bring in an organizational changer within free agency.
Exactly.
So you might have to bank on the draft and guys playing significant roles like the 2000 draft class I was a part of with Matt Ryan, Sam Baker, Curtis Lofton, Thomas Deku, Croy Bierman, myself. Mm-hmm. All of us played significant roles in 2008.
Yep.
Our rookie years and on. You look at Terry Fontenot now. He came from New Orleans. The New Orleans Saints, their 2016 draft class was like that. 4 of the 5 guys they drafted, I think 4 to 5, I think, end up being home runs. Yep. 2017, 5 of the 7 end up being impact home run players.
Right.
So I think the Falcons might have to go that route because of the fact that they're over the cap. Now, you trade up to 2, you're going to lose draft capital.
Yep.
Right? You're going to lose a lot of draft capital. And I don't think the Falcons can afford to do that. If Zach Wilson is your guy and he's there at 4, then take him at 4. Yep. But I wouldn't move up at 2 to take him. Because there's a possibility the Jets might stay with Sam Darnold and draft somebody else. Exactly. Now, if he falls into your lap at 4, take him. And I say that if you feel like if Terry Fontenot and Arthur Smith, if those guys feel like Matt Ryan is not the quarterback for the Falcons the next 3 to 4 years, that's how. If they feel like there's any doubt, then you take your quarterback.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If they feel like Matt Ryan is still the guy for the next 3 or 4 years, then I would trade back that pick. I would trade back that pick and get more draft capital because of what I just named, is that you can't bring everybody in that you want to bring in the free agency because of the cap issue.
Mm-hmm.
Now you stock those picks, you get guys in and you draft guys that can make an immediate impact now. Not guys who, okay, dang, he's going to be a project. You draft guys in the first 2 or 3 rounds that can make an immediate impact right now. Mm-hmm. I think that's how you can do it.
Also, too, I want to just quickly touch on Zach Wilson because you said you were watching film on him, and I love watching your film breakdowns. So I want to see kind of what you kind of got away from watching film on Zach Wilson. Do you think this guy, even if the Falcons don't draft him, do you think this is a guy who can be a successful NFL quarterback?
I do, and one of the knocks a lot of people have on him is that he hasn't played against great competition. Okay, right. Neither did Big Ben Roethlisberger. Yeah. Neither did Carson Wentz. Yep. Neither did a lot of these other guys. You know what I mean? A lot of these guys didn't play against great competition, but when you see certain skill set, and I'll tell you some of the things that he do well. He's a quick decision maker. He's very decisive with the football. I love the control he has at the line of scrimmage. There's times on film where I see he's telling the receiver what to do, telling the O-line what to do, making the mic point, telling the tight ends what to do, telling the running back what to do. Then he goes into the play. His ball placement is unbelievable. And I went back to 2019 when he played against Utah, which finished the year as the number 3 ranked defense in the country in 2019. And you look at the throws on the first drive alone. The tight end has like a delta crossing route coming across the field with the defender draped on him. Zach Wilson puts it right here. He drops it. Third down, I think it's 3rd and 7. On that same drive, the tight end runs like a little rail route down the sideline. He's covered. But Zach Wilson placed it on his back shoulder where only the tight end can catch the football. But then it's the off-script plays when things break down, using his legs to an advantage. And I've seen times where he's rolling to the right or rolling to the left and throwing lasers now. Not popcorn, a little cotton candy, little football. He's throwing lasers.
Yeah.
And another thing that caught my eye about him too, when I'm watching him throw the football, it's the different arm angles that he can throw the football off of.
Yep.
And the last thing is that the receivers are always catching the football in stride. That's important. That's important for yards at the catch. So not only is he throwing the football on time, he's putting the ball in places where the receivers can actually, or tight ends or running backs can run after the catch. So a 5-yard catch may be a 20, 25-yard gain because of the placement of the football by Zach Wilson. Because if that ball's off a little bit, that's going to throw off the receiver, tight end, running backs, their momentum, and you might not be able to get that much yardage. So I think he's very instinctive, man. Nowadays, the kind of quarterbacks that you got to have those dual threat guys, those guys that if they get moved off the spot can still launch it 40, 50 yards, or they can go pick up a first down with their legs as well. And he does those things.